Hi friends, I want you to read the numbers on your screen. 3 plus 4 equals to 7. 9 plus 2 equals 11. 8 plus 4 equals 13. And 6 plus 6 equals 12. What do you notice among these four equations? If you're like most people, you will tell me, the third equation is wrong, Bo. 8 plus 4 is not equal to 13. Why is it like that? Why do we notice what is wrong before we notice what is right? Why don't we notice the first, the second, and the fourth equation is correct? Why do we say the third equation is wrong? Friends, that's human nature. We have this tendency to look at what is negative, what is wrong, before we look at what is positive, what is right. I overheard this one conversation, and this is a great example. One friend tells another friend, "Uy, alam mo ba, si Kalbo nag-asawa na. Uy, kanino? Kay Tagyawat. Ay, kay Tagyawat. Akala ko naman si Tagyawat pinili niya si Duling. Hindi. Si Duling pinili niya si Pango." You know, we choose these negative traits of these people and we make them their names. I remember I was giving a retreat for married couples, and I told all these married couples, get one piece of paper and I want you to write 10 good things that you find in your spouse. And so you should have been there, because there was an uproar. Like, what? 10 things? Ang dami naman. Of course, it was a big joke for them, and everyone was more or less serious enough to think and reflect the 10 things, good things, positive things that they find about their spouse. And there was this one woman, she approached me, and she really had this pout on her face, a frown on her forehead, and she said, "Bo, I've got a problem. I can't think of one." And I said, "You can't think of one?" "No, I can't think of one." And so I told her, I'll try to help you. And I asked, "Maasikaso ba siya sa bahay?" And she said, "No, tamad siya, tamad." And I said, "Oh no." And she said, wait, Bo, I think there's only one thing I can think about my husband, the good thing. He has good taste. Well, why does he have good taste? Because he chose me. Okay, so I'll write that, number one, he has good taste. But aside from that, he has no good qualities anymore, Bo. And then I say, "Does he know how to cook?" And he said, "No, he does not know how to cook. The only thing he knows is he knows how to eat." He knows how to eat? Yeah, he eats a lot. And then he says, and she told me that, she cooks very simple food, and I just put a fried egg in front of him and he's happy. Napaka-simple, can I put that, number 2, ang babaw ng kanyang kaligayahan. Napaka-simple ng asawa ko. Put that down, number 2, napaka-babaw ng kanyang kaligayahan. And she tells me, "Totoo yan, Bo, napaka-simple siya. Hindi siya demanding at all. I go to church, I go to my friends, sa mga amiga ko, okay lang sa kanya." Lagay ko yung number 3. Hindi siya demanding. At saka, alam mo, brother Bo, number 4, number 5, and so she goes through the whole list, and she wrote down number 10. And after writing number 10 on her list, she looks at me and she says, "Bo, pwede na. Pwede na yung asawa ko." And there's this big smile on her face. And it was crazy. I saw the difference between she coming to me, and she had this frown on her face, and she was problematic. And then after that, she had this 10 qualities about her husband, and then she had this big smile on her face. That's human nature. We like to look at the bad before the good. And friends, every human being that you know, every human being has a good side and a bad side. And are you going to focus on the bad? That's the choice you'll have to make. I've decided to focus on the good. I've decided to be positive. Same thing with any situation in your life. Let me tell you the secret of the 90-10 principle. What's that secret? 10% of life consists of what happens to you. I'll say it again. 10% of life consists of what happens to you. Whether that be traffic, whether you get laid off from your job, whether the problems that you've got, whether you've got pimples on your face. I say it again. 10% of life consists of what happens to you. But 90% of life consists of what you do to what happens to you. Again, that's 90% of your life. How you respond to what happens to you. Will you be positive? Will you look at the bright side? I'll give you one last story. There was this, and I love this story, really love this. There was this old woman, a Lola, and she was on the beach with her grandson. And her grandchild was there with a bucket and a little hat, playing at the edge of the water and shoveling sand on his little bucket. And the Lola was, a few meters away. She was seated in a chair, and she was just looking at this beautiful, serene place and looking at her little apple playing in the beach. And then all of a sudden, a huge tidal wave rushes down, and she could barely she was so shocked to see this huge wave coming, rushing down, and slam hits on her little grandson. And then when the water pulls back and recedes, guess what happens? The little child is carried by the water. And the Lola was looking, and she says, my grandchild, he's gone. The little boy was just disappeared, pulled by the water. And the Lola, that grandmother, she looks up at the sky, and she makes a fist, and she says, God, why did you do this to me? I go to Mass every day, and I pray every day, and I'm a good woman, I'm a good person. Bring back my grandson to me. Bring him back. She was screaming. And guess what happens? Another tidal wave comes and rushes towards her and slams right in front of her. And when the water pulls back, lo and behold, her grandson was there. A little bit dazed, and holding his bucket, and wondering where he was. And the Lola was just so amazed. The grandmother looking at her grandson who was back. And the Lola just kept on looking. And finally, she frowned again and looked at the sky and said, God, a while ago, he had a hat. You know what? That's exactly what we do. There are so many blessings all around us. And what do we look? We look for the things that we don't have. We've got so many opportunities for growth. We've got so many opportunities for development in our lives. We miss out on them because we focus on what we do not have. Hey, focus on what you have. Open your eyes to see the blessings that God has given to you right now. You've got friends. You've got family. You've got a body. It may not be in a perfect shape. It may a little bit be stout, but that's okay. You may have problems in your job. At least you've got a job. You may not be contented with that pay. At least you've got a pay. And here's the big thing. You've got a life that you can work on, and you can increase your value. You can learn new skills. You can learn new talents. You can earn more. You can have a better job. Listen to me. Blessings are everywhere. And the blessing of your free will is the greatest blessing. Understand that this is what God wants you to do if you want to grow and develop your life. Look at the blessing and take hold of the blessing and bless your life.